you look at that? Absolutely incredible. The man was a genius. How did he do it?
Dots.
Pardon?
Short brush strokes, little dots and dashes. You asked how he did it.
I did.
Pointillism.
Well,
the technique he used.
Of course, little dots.
You see, instead of mixing his colors on his palette in the conventional manner, blue and yellow to make green, for example, the artist used dots of pure color, adjacent to one another, so that the viewer's eye blends the colors together for him.
Brilliant.
Caused quite a stir at the time.
Scandalous. You seem well informed.
Well, I'm an art teacher.
Oh, I figured it was something like that.
Abe Lincoln. High school.
Growing minds.
But I'm passionate about the French Impressionists.
Oh, the French. Sure, who isn't?
And the Neo-Impressionists.
Wouldn't want to forget them now. Oh, thank you.
Well, my pleasure.
Sunday in the park.
Pardon?
Sunday in the park with George.
Oh, that was the Broadway production.
Yes, I know, I saw it. Mandy Patinkin.
A Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte.
Huh?
The artwork. It means Island of the Big Bowl.
You speak it too.
Oui, oui.
Viva la France!
People often confuse Seurat's masterpiece with the Broadway show.
The nerve.
A common error.
Off with their heads.
Kate Rooney.
Jim Spencer. Nice to know you, Kate.
Oh, here it is, Henry. Come along.
Right behind you, Bromhilda.
I told you we'd find it here. What did you say?
Right behind you, Matilda. What do you think I said?
Never mind. You know I wasn't able to attend last week, the private viewing.
Yeah, I'm still angry with you about that. We missed the cocktail hour. And legs.
It's not my fault. They only devote one night for elite members.
If you're not a member, you should not be allowed in.
You warm my heart, no more.
Oh, keep the riffraff out. That's what I would say.
You do. Now, Henry, I want you to take a look at this work by Georges Seurat. It was all the rage in 1886 when it was first exhibited in Paris.
I see a bunch of broads carrying umbrellas. It's not even raining.
Particular attention to the colors and the light.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I know, isn't it marvelous?
Yeah, I had a mug just like that when I was a kid.
The colors, Sweetkins.
Oh yeah, sugar brown just like that guy.
Henry, please.
Okay. Let's see. I see the green grass and the blue water and the white sailboats. Yeah.
I was referring to the pattern of dots. Come closer.
Huh.
Yes.
Now I see him.
I know. George created this entire canvas with dots, called it divisionism.
You know, you can't see it from back here.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am? You know, it's true, it was known as divisionism in Seurat's time, but today it's more commonly referred to as pointillism.
Yes. I prefer divisionism, young lady, as did Georges. Not that I was speaking to you.
Just trying to help. Sorry.
I so wish they didn't feel obligated to intrude on a conversation they were not invited to. Henry!
Invited? Where? Are they serving shrimp?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Next.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you really should pay attention to my friend here. She could teach you a thing or two about this painting, among other things.
You don't need to defend me to her, Jim.
I know, but some people need to learn their place.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Excuse me, ma'am, are you familiar with the name of this piece?
Yes, I'm afraid I am. I've long been an admirer of Georges' work.
Ah. Well?
Le Grand Jacques.
Translation.
Jim?
It's all right, dear. I'll play your little game, young man. That would be a Sunday afternoon on Big Bowl Island, for those of us who don't parlez-vous français. How did I do?
Why?
Why? Why what?
Why? Why what? Why is it called Big Bowl Island?
Oh, well, let me think.
Go ahead. You tell Madonna.
I believe it was because. What did you call me?
My sweet Madonna. Oh, but don't let me interrupt. Go ahead. Tell him, yeah.
Well, if memory serves, I think it got its name from. It must have been because he was from. I believe I have absolutely no idea.
Touché.
Excuse me, young man.
Yes?
Be a dear and tell me, why is it called Big Bowl Island?
I have no idea.
What? Then why on earth did you ask me?
Well, because you said you were a fan.
Yes, I did. Of course, I am.
I thought you could explain it to me.
The nerve! You should be ashamed. Oh.
You're up.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. What is it?
I believe it got its name because the island is indented. You know, like a big bowl.
I see.
Georges visited the island many times over a 2-year period,
Oh?
producing dozens of oil vignettes and pen and ink sketches until he found just the right character mix.
I had no idea. Thank you, Miss.
Rooney, Kate Rooney.
So, Kate, was it? Fellow admirer?
Masters from Berkeley.
No. So, tell me, dear, what did they teach you there about his use of light and color?
Absolutely enchanting. His scientific approach to expressing color, culminating with this painting, turned the art world on its head.
Yes, I quite agree. Georges was on the brink of a revolutionary crusade.
An inspiration to artists everywhere. They give the French Impressionist movement an entirely new direction.
Entirely new. Yes. Yes. And how would you describe his use of space?
Well, each character has its own dimension and perspective, positioned in a manner that both isolates and merges them, like his colors, in complete harmony.
Yes. Bravo, my dear. Bravo.
Hey, did you know there's a monkey in this painting?
Miss Rooney, what do you imagine Georges was saying about French society at the time?
Well, as you know, Paris was one of the most influential cities in the world,
Yes.
attracting more notable artists, writers, and musicians.
At the forefront of modern day culture.
Some thought Seurat was making a bold political statement of the static nature of French society, either where the figures appear frozen like statues.
An interesting theory, my dear. What do you believe?
I think the artist was simply illustrating life on a Sunday afternoon. That was the day to get out of the hot city and escape to the cool breezes of the Seine.
So that's why they're all carrying umbrellas.
Right, but if this is supposed to be a day of pleasure, why are they all dressed up as though they're going out to the theater?
That's the way most of the wealthier Parisians dressed at the time.
Looking your best was of the utmost importance.
But the most born au naturel.
So this is... This is an impression. This is an impression of the more affluent.
Well, I think all social classes are represented, but it is mainly the bourgeois, the French middle class. A real middle class between the nobles and the laborers.
My third husband was an aristocrat.
I was a bureaucrat. Before that, I was a Democrat.
And now you're just a gnat.
I'm not. I'm not.
Stop being a pest and annoying these fine people.
The colors are so vibrant, it looks like you just finished painting it yesterday.
Quite an accomplishment after all these years, wouldn't you say?
I heard a rumor that George's ghost comes by every now and then and retouches it.
His ghost, really?
Don't touch the paint. Might still be wet.
Not funny, Matilda.
Just trying to keep an eye out on his property.
Look, let's just keep our eyeballs in the sockets where they belong, okay?
What's the matter? Afraid of a little haunting?
Not right. What did this guy look like anyway?
I've seen pictures. Striking man with a brown beard. Poor thing passed on when he was barely 30. Tragic.
I read that he never went out without his red beret.
Well, if he goes out, I just hope he has the decency to wait until this place closes like other ghosts.
You know, it looks like he drew a line right through the middle of the painting with half the characters in sunlight and the other half in shade.
Oh, there's a theory about that as well. Some say the shadows represent sin. This area was known for prostitution.
Really?
Well, look at the lady on the left fishing, and the woman on the right with the monkey. Rather odd, wouldn't you say?
I mean, who brings their pet baboon to the neighborhood park?
No, I think old Georges was taking a few liberties. See, the French word for a female monkey is un sang, which is also slang for a prostitute.
Oh, gives the phrase monkey business a whole new meaning.
Figure of speech, you ninny.
Looks like every character in this painting is shaded either under a tree or an umbrella.
Not everyone.
What?
There is one person in this painting who doesn't quite belong. Not only is she in full sunlight, but she's the only one facing in her own direction.
How curious.
$20 says I find her first. You in?
Give us a hint. What is she wearing?
Well, her dress appears almost solid, not dotted like the rest.
The little girl in the middle, all in white.
That's right, Jim.
Yep.
Would you look at that?
Notice, too, she's the only one facing out of the framework.
She's staring directly at us.
Quite the enigma.
What do you think it means?
What do you think?
No, child often represents innocence.
Her white dress could signify purity.
Looks like that kid's up to no good.
What did your mother do to you?
I think it's a tactic Sarah used to place each of us at the center of the painting and to question what we're really seeing. Who are these people? What will become of them? Anyone taking the time will find something in it that speaks to them.
They're all so isolated. No one is paying attention to anyone else.
Right. I mean, what's with this guy over here in the tank top and the pipe? Looks like he just got off the boat.
Hey, yeah, what's with those two soldiers? Are they at attention or are they marching?
What does it look like to you?
Looks like they're a little too close together, if you ask me.
When did you begin having these psychotic episodes?
The question I'm most curious about is which one is Sarah's mistress?
He had a mistress?
Her name was Madeline Knobloch. She was one of his models.
They had a child together, if I recall.
Two, actually. Most believe Madeline is the one on the right with the parasol and the monkey.
She doesn't look like the mother type to me.
Oh, that's her, I'm sure of it. She's the most prominent one up there and wouldn't stand for anything less. I know I wouldn't.
Well, that's a good argument.
It's the fisherman. It's always the fisherman.
Don't you mean the butler?
You see any butler up there?
The question, I Mother-child has nice symmetry.
It's really hard to tell the ladies in this painting apart. They all resemble one another.
Hold the phone! That guy looks like the butler.
Oh, pish posh.
Pish posh yourself, you old bag!
Oh, what did you call me?
You old bag, you old hag, take your pick.
You ingrate.
But I'm not a gnat.
All right. I guess we'll never know which one was really his mistress.
It'll have to remain his secret forever.
She was all of them, and none of them.
What's the matter with that guy?
Another intruder.
Unless,
He did kind of resemble, you know who.
Oh, sounds a little too spooky to me.
With little manners.
The beret, the beard.
I was guessing just like the rest of us.
Making assumptions.
Only one person would know for sure.
are you implying what I think you are?
Who does he think he is?
Was he wearing a red beret?
I told you, you should have gotten off at the last exit.
Don't start.
You saw all this traffic. You could have gotten off.
What did you want me to do, Marion? Fly over the other cars? I was in the wrong lane. I couldn't move to the exit in time. So kill me.
Well, you might as well turn off the engine. Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
Okay. As soon as they remove the trees, the traffic will start moving. That's what the guy in the truck said.
Great. Does he know how far the traffic is backed up?
Yeah, he heard on his radio.
How far?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know. That's why I asked.
Okay. It's backed up 14 miles.
Oh,
He figures we're like 3 miles from the front of the line.
oh, we could be here all night.
Well, nothing we can do except wait.
A perfect ending to a perfect weekend. They'll probably never invite us back.
Oh, that's a great loss.
Why were you so sullen? People are nice enough to offer you their hospitality. The least you could do is say more than hello and goodbye.
Cut it out, all right, Marion? I'm just too tired to hear it.
You're too tired for a lot of things these days, Elliot. You know what this reminds me of?
What? What reminds you of it?
Us being here. It's like our marriage, isn't it? We can't go back. We can't see what's up ahead. We're just in a stormy place, in the dark, in the rain, waiting for somebody to do something so we can get out.
Oh, for goodness sakes. It's just a traffic jam. Don't be so dramatic. Oh. I'm really beat. I'm gonna try and take a nap. Will you wake me when the traffic starts moving? Oh, should I turn the radio on?
No, I like the sound of the rain. You'll do anything not to talk to me, won't you, Elliot?
How did this become about me?
It's not about you. It's about us. You know, maybe God arranged it so that you'd be in the wrong lane and you couldn't get off the highway and you'd be stuck here and you'd have to talk to me and you can't run away.
What are you talking about, run away? I never run away.
You always run away.